also rallied against unauthorized payments to the Pakistan police. The Public Accounts Committee of the Balochistan Assembly revealed that the province's finance department had released a supplementary budget of rupees 1.2 billion to the police without prior approval from the assembly, a move deemed as a violation to the constitution as well. Ajay, my colleague, is joining us on the broadcast to give us more details about this. Ajay, this is obviously not looking good for Pakistan at multiple levels. Okay, Ajay is not there with us. In fact, let me rope in General Sudhakarji into this conversation once again. General Sudhakarji, you know, the 1,000 cuts that Pakistan wanted to inflict on India, it seems that those cuts are being inflicted from within Pakistan for sheer gross mismanagement of its own people, of its own provinces, of its own states, and of its own honesty towards working towards the people that it was made in charge of.
Absolutely. Beautifully articulated, Vinit. Couldn't have been better. The fact of the matter is Pakistan is not a failing state, it is a failed state. It's a pariah. If for lack of correct expression, I would say pariah. Zimbabwe, once upon a time, used to go through similar kind of situation. Now, you see, for lack of parallels, I'm only taking the example of Zimbabwe. The fact of the matter is, talk in terms of the genesis. I always say, the birth of Pakistan is based on a genetic disorder. Talk about the constitution. They had an earlier constitution. Subsequently, in 1973, they reformed their constitution, which has neither a beginning nor an end. You don't have an Islamic Republic constitution formulated on the premise of, the writ of Allah is to be ensured all over the face of the planet. You don't have it. A republic or democracy is for the people, of the people, by the people. So you look at the number of military coups they have had. Look at the kind of wars they have unleashed against India. And has there ever been any welfare-oriented activity by Pakistan nation state? 25 bailouts have taken place through IMF. Who are the supporters? We all know it. The creation of Pakistan, unfortunately, because of lack of information and correct material to study, we always go back to Jinnah, we always go back to Liaquat Ali Khan, two religion, two nations, language theory, but nobody talks about. I read one fantastic book, Untold Story of Partition. That particular story should be actually benchmarked. It was the creation of a buffer state so as to provide a kind of a strategic base for the existing superpower. The baton was being handed over by the UK to USA at that point in time. So the Russia or the Soviet Union expansion of the sphere of influence is no longer there. So, however, the fact of the matter is, what you are saying is, be it the constitutional crisis, political crisis, economic crisis, military crisis, today they do not have enough money to pay salary to the men of Pakistan army. They don't have fuel. Sumit is actually one day extra. I am telling you that Pakistan army does not have more than 4 eyes. Eyes are intense rate. When the all-out war is announced, so there is a particular way of calculating the intense rate of ammunition. It doesn't have more than 4 days. It doesn't have more than 4 days of fuel. The tanks cannot move out of the empty garage. Aircrafts do not have the turbine fuel, ATF. So these are the crises which Pakistan is going through. So therefore, I would say whatever is happening in Balochistan is a welcome development. India should take definitely advantage of. I must compliment Dr. Datta, Surbok, Kamal, Datta and Sumit for having articulated very candidly. Here is a golden opportunity to ensure that Pakistan is balkanized. Pakistan does not deserve to remain as a nation state on the face of this planet. It doesn't deserve to be called as a nation state, no matter what the ulterior motives of the transatlantic relationship or the Western alliances may have about Pakistan. I think India has to get ready to fight a battle. This time, I just heard you talking about the nuclear whispers. Yes, there has been a criticality.
Sir, I want to pick your brains on that, but just allow me 1 second. I have to take this breaking news that is trickling in. Baloch leader Mir Yar Baloch has showed support for India amidst the Balochistan people's struggle for independence. Now, Mir Yar Baloch has stated that there will be reportedly be a friendly match between the Balochistan team and the Indian cricket teams that will be played either in Delhi or at Gwadar Cricket Stadium in Balochistan. Well, that's always heartening to see. India would definitely would want to do that. but it is something which cannot happen at the Rawalpindi Cricket Stadium, Sumit. But before I come to you, let me quickly take a response from General Sudhakarji on the radiation part that he just spoke of. How serious is that likely to be, General Sudhakarji, and what does this also entail? What does this showcase to the world in terms of how safe the nuclear warheads are in Pakistan? I believe there is a coupling that happens between the warhead and the missile, and Pakistan, for all its dishonesty, has lied to even the Americans and the United Nations as to how many nukes they have, where they have it.
Absolutely, it's a very dangerous situation, Vineet. I am a student, research scholar of Pakistan. I have studied deep state, written enough about it. Unfortunate part is Pakistan is even not truthful to itself. They are hiding facts from themselves. Kirana Hills, if you recall, what was the need of that classified aircraft platform coming and hovering on the Kirana Hills for the complete 48 hours, within 48 hours of having lost the operation? There is a serious radiation which is taking place. And fortunately, I would say, this is the technological threshold that India has achieved. With the precision NAVIC system, we have been able to pinpoint it. What I have been telling through your channel, that denuclearization should be the start point of any operation against Pakistan. When you carry out surgical standoff attack, apply your missiles and the drones, make sure that the nuclear bluff which we have been assuming is actually bluff. So that our Air Force have to be given compliments and kudos. They have hit the target,
right,
point
sir.
blank, precise, because of which the radiation has actually been emitted. It has been detected. There are aircrafts hovering around that. The only competent people who can actually do some protective action are the USA. They have a commando battalion, Yarmark, at Hawaii. They are supposed to have got airborne. Or the IAEA or the USA has got national security, something about the radiation. They are supposed to come into force. Incidentally, let me just share with you without taking too much time. There are 3 earthquakes have taken place. Sumit, he goes into lots of details about anything that.
So what would you attribute the reason for these earthquakes?
Earthquakes, there is a nuclear blast. Like you rightly said, the nuclear warhead is never kept in assembled form. Otherwise, it is very easy, vulnerable to falling into the hands of the rogues. So therefore, they are kept in different kind of pieces. At the time of applying them or triggering the particular nuclear warhead, they are put together at a place. But Kirana Hills is such a place. They have got number of tunnels. If I remember correctly, I think 9 or 7 tunnels. Out of 7 tunnels, the mouth of 5 tunnels have been directly hit by the Air Force bombing. Precision. 1 meter. And it happened, I think, within 24 hours. 24 or 36 hours of operation.
And that is what caused the earthquake, sir? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. The main canister, which has got nuclear material, has actually blasted.
Sir, as much as I would love to continue to talk to you, this is perhaps one of the most interesting conversations that we are having. But unfortunately, we have run out of time. Perhaps we'll give you a call after the show and continue on with